All right. So we are 5 picks in. Took me a second to set all this stuff up, but we're 5 picks in to the um, PlayerProps.ai, the first league of our fantasy football drafts. So let me actually get this link and let me share it to the Discord. But I'm gonna try to see if I can move my head down. So I guess I don't really need to. You can see who's picking next. So Kramer's on the clock right now. So we are doing two fantasy football leagues, 12 teams each, and first place in each league gets $1,000. And then we also have a grand prize. So whoever scores the most points in either of the two leagues. So the two champions, whoever has the highest score out of those two champions, they get I think we're gonna do like a championship belt or championship ring. We're gonna do something like that. Um, Hold on, I'm blasting the link now to Discord. I feel like a lot of you didn't set your alarms today. You, I feel like there's a lot of people that are gonna auto draft their entire team here. That's the gist that I'm getting. The league was set to 12 p.m. Eastern time quite some time ago. Let me do one more blast to Discord here. But yeah. So I just blasted. Oh, I'm on the clock. Ugh. Trying to do a million things at once here. Um, Hold on. What am I pick? Oh my gosh, I have so many gosh dang windows open up on my screen. I still got a minute. It's a minute and a half, so we got time. Is this the screen I want? I just had all these windows open because I was setting up the stream. Why can't I? Okay, my screen's not working. I feel like every draft I've done running back, running back. So maybe we'll switch it up here. Or, no, I already have 8 chan in another league. Let me go. I don't know. I have to. I have to stick to the strategy I've been doing all season long. I can't veer away from it. So we have our first league is drafting right now, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Shouldn't be that long. And then we also have a 3 p.m. league. That's our second fantasy football community league. Everybody, regardless of your premium or not, had the opportunity to get into one of these leagues. So I blasted it for like 4 months straight. Hey guys, we're doing a fantasy football league. And we had a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm interested." And then when it came to pay the league dues, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I can't pay afterwards. I have to pay before," which is the rule of thumb for fantasy football. Because I'm not going to let you go 0-5 and then decide not to pay. If you run your own fantasy football league, never ever ever let somebody be in a league if they do not pay before the draft. I feel like when fantasy football first kind of came to fruition decades ago, I feel like that happens so often that people would just be like, "Oh no, nah, I'm gonna see how my team does, and then I'm gonna go." So I had like my cheat sheets and everything. I had ready to go, and then it just took me um so long to get this gosh dang stream set up. And I don't know why. Why did my screen just go gray and the clock stop? Oh my goodness. Oh, now I'm on the clock. Oh, I see. I opened it up in another window. Gosh dang freaking. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I was saying that I like to go running back, and that's what I've been doing for almost all of the season because I mean, running backs, every team's doing a running back by committee thing now. I feel like I have to just keep doing that. I'm gonna go with good old Henry. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So we doubled up on a running back. So we got two solid starters. Um, it's interesting that we're on pick 16 and Malik and Puka are still there. So yeah, I can't. I had so many windows pulled up, and then I'm like trying to pull up my cheat sheets and everything, and I'm like, all right, nothing's working right now. So I'm just gonna go off of muscle memory from all of the fantasy football drafts I've done so far. I don't even have the chat pulled up for the YouTube chats. If you guys are commenting, I can't even see them. Now I pulled it up on my phone here. Hertz, Hertz is in the chat. I see you, but I have to make sure I don't talk strategy, so y'all don't steal what I plan on doing. Maybe I'll talk. I'll just throw some smoke screens out there. But yeah, I guess I don't really need cheat sheets. I've done enough drafts so far this season. I think I'll be solid. Let me think. I'm gonna pick 18 right now. Yeah, so none of my. Okay, I'm just gonna close out of everything. I'm just gonna draft on core memory here. All right, let me close. I'm just minimizing like every window right now. So yeah, so what I was saying before is, um, I literally posted talk all strategy one. I'm drafting in front and behind. Oh, you're bordering me. Oh, I see Hurts. I see. Yeah, you're okay. So you're pick what 11. So yeah, you go after and before. So yeah, I posted in the fantasy football. So the free Discord, free fantasy football channel. I'm posting like, hey, we're gonna run a fantasy league. Uh, I mean, as soon as I post, this is how it works. It's $100 entry, $1,000 first place. Um, Second place also gets a prize, and then whoever has the most points out of the two leagues in the championship game. Granted, you have to also win your league, but if you have the most points, well, I mean, if you have the most points, you win your league anyway. But yeah, if you have the most points in your championship league, championship game, then you're going to get some sort of actual physical hardware, whether it's a trophy, championship belt, ring. We'll figure it out. But you're definitely going to get something that's going to be essentially shipped to you. Yeah, so I think essentially, I don't know if I'm like if this draft happens relatively quickly because we have a 3 p.m. Maybe I'll just like keep the stream going, and you guys can just see me work on a million other things I have to work on. As this is officially the week of NFL kickoff, so there's still a lot of things we got to do. We had a great college football kickoff weekend. There's still college football today. There's two games today. There's one game on Monday. I think Monday's game is North Carolina, so we get to see Bill Belichick as a college head coach to see if he was the reason. It's always like the thought process was it Bill Belichick that won all the Super Bowls, or was it Tom Brady? Uh, you know, the fact that they both cheated, but aside from them cheating, like who was more responsible for all the Super Bowls? And so we kind of get to see like Bill Belichick in a different scenario in college, um, seeing if he can. I mean, I would assume like he would get the top recruits. Like who wouldn't want to play for a guaranteed Pro Football Hall of Fame coach? But yeah, so I've streamed a handful of drafts before, and they're not like they go pretty slow. So you guys can pop in and out. You can do whatever you want to do, but yeah, I put a poll in our fantasy football channel yesterday. I said, hey, who actually like? I think 43 of you chimed in, but you guys, I think it was like 80% people like, yeah, stream the draft. So here I am. I do have a lot of work I have to do, and I can technically do it simultaneously with drafting, but I may just only stream this first league here, and then I'll go to maybe won't stream the second one at 3 p.m. because I do have a lot of stuff I gotta knock out, and I don't want to have like I already closed out a bunch of windows. I want to see if there's a sound notification. So I just put my earbud in. I want to see if there's a sound notification of when I'm on the clock. So that'll help me be able to do a million things at once because I'll just get that ding noise when I have to go back to the draft. So right now, I'm not paying too much attention to who everybody else is picking. I sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But like I have no control. I have zero control over what everybody else does. So like if I'm looking at someone and I'm like on the clock or on deck to be on the clock, so I'm got one pick away, and they get picked, that's like the only time I really pay attention if somebody like snipes me one or two picks in front of me. But yeah, I just focus on my own thing because you can't control what you can't control. You only can control what you can pick, and that's the message. It's a learning lesson there. Don't sweat over what you can't control. That's like one of the core mindsets with sports betting in general. You can only control what you can control, and what you can control is you can have you put yourself in the best situation for success. And once the games start, you can't control anything. So, did you do everything in your power to set yourself up for success prior to the game starting? If so, then it is what it is. But if you're throwing darts blindfolded, then you didn't do everything in your power to set yourself up for success. Can you see my team on the left? Yeah, you can. Okay. So yeah, so this is what I've been doing in every single league that I've drafted so far this season. And this is kind of like a core strategy that I've done for the last 20 years is especially now with more and more teams doing running back by committee, it is so important to get heavy usage running backs. And also, good old Miami Dolphins running back is a very elite pass catching running back. So this is a PPR league. That's something else. I know Derrick Henry doesn't catch too much balls. They got Justice Hill or whatever, but he gets a lot of red zone carries. I had him last year as well. He did good for me there. But yeah, it's always interesting to see. Like every single league, essentially, I'm picking at a different spot, so it's always interesting to see where what players fall to me here. So I made sure that everybody. So you see all the names that are drafting in this bar up top. So I made sure that everybody had their Discord username. So if you're watching this and you're part of our community, which is probably why you're watching this, you know exactly like if you're like, oh, you know, Craig who's on the clock right now, like you see a pick, like, oh, it was a dumb pick. You want to call him out in the fantasy football channel. You feel free to do that. If you want to say it was a great pick, you can do that as well. Actually, you don't need to tag him if it's a dumb pick. But I mean, I guess fantasy trash talking's fine. It's all fun and love. If I didn't get A-Chain, I probably would look at Tyreek Hill here, but I don't want to go. I don't like going overboard on one team, and I don't draft based on favoritism either. So I'm a hardcore Miami Dolphins fan, and all I care about is winning. There's a lot of people out there like, oh, this is my guy or my team. I mean, if it fits in the spot, it's fine, but I don't force Dolphins on my team. And I don't really like because if you do running back and receiver, how that works is essentially it's impossible for them to both get points on the same play. Okay, so I did get the alert in my ear, so I'm able to work on other things while we draft here. Oh, man. So the if I didn't get Miami's running back, I would go Tyreek Hill. If I didn't get Henry, I would go Lamar Jackson. And because I did both of those, I don't. I have Jalen Hurts in another league, and I don't want to have him on both. But oh man, this is tough. I'm gonna do what I've been doing in every other league. No, I'm not. I gotta pick up. I got a pick coming up in like five. So I don't know. Do I go? This is tough. You know what? I haven't got a tight end this high. I haven't got a tight end this high all in all my drafts. I usually wait till the end. So we're gonna go with Kittle. I think San Francisco's gonna have a really good year this year. Okay, so I got Kittle. I think I have okay. I have some strategy idea that I don't want. Oh, I don't want to say out loud, but I got some I want to do. Okay, the fact that Tyreek is still available to me, I've already said that I don't want to go. I don't want to double up on Dolphins, but the Dolphins are like the Dolphins had some of like the most high potency offense. If Tua never got hurt in the last 2 years, we would have made two decent playoff runs. I don't know if we would have run the Super Bowl, but we would have been great. And so if everybody can stay healthy, Tyreek, I don't know because if Tyreek has an amazing season, that's good for me as a Dolphins fan. But if he doesn't and he's on my roster, then it's a double loss. So that's another thing I think about as well when I draft players on my team. I feel like he's gonna have another great offensive year. Screw it. We'll double up on Dolphins. I said I weren't. I wasn't going to, but whatever. He's it was a good spot for him in the fourth round. I've seen him go like high in the second before. It is what it is. So we double up on Dolphins, which again, that's typically a strategy I'm not in love with. Hurts for Hurts. Oh, is that who you drafted? Let me. Looks like you got Sam Laporta. Oh, I see. Jalen Hurts for Hurts. I see what you did. So yeah, so you see my roster on the left side of the screen. That's who I've drafted so far. So we doubled up on running back in first and second with Kittle because I think the 49ers are going to have a really good year this year offensively. CMC, if he stays healthy, um, if CMC stays healthy, like he's one of the best overall running backs in the league. And when you have a running back that's as good as a healthy CMC, then everybody else in the field gets open, especially an elite tight end like Mr. Kittle. And I have CMC in another league. I don't think I've drafted Tyreek Hill in any league, and I don't think I got Henry in any other league, but I do have Devon in at least one or I think one other league. And the part that sucks about having so close picks is you have to wait so long for that gosh dang serpentine to get back to you. So yeah, that's another strategy I do as well. Like, who do I have a lot of exposure to, and who do I not have exposure to? Also, I mean, I know probably everybody that's watching this already has premium, but we dropped something new specifically for the first. I don't know if I'm going to do this the entire NFL season, but definitely for the maybe first 2 weeks. We're doing a brand new week pass where you sign up, you get a week for $25, and then if you upgrade to monthly within the first 7 days or within that 7 days of that week trial, then we give that 25 right back to you. So it seems to be it seems to be popular, and if for everybody who's already premium, it just makes it a million times easier for you to get your friends to sign up because as long as they upgrade within those first 7 days after seeing the light, it's like they never paid. It's like they got 7 days for free anyway. So it helps no-brainer scenarios. I keep creating no-brainer stuff to make it impossible to not be in the Discord and not be using the app. There's still people out there that just want to see their bankroll burn to the ground. But yeah, so there's 16 rounds. We're only in round 4. So I think I'll just stream this first league because I'm noticing that I haven't done any work yet. Of the stuff I needed to get done. Like there's like I got to do like set up all my NFL ads for like Reddit and Meta, Facebook, Instagram, Google, all that other stuff. We got to turn on all those faucets now that it's officially NFL kickoff week. I really like my first 4 picks so far. I think I have an idea on what I want to do with the next one. Depends on who's available, of course, once it gets to me. I was thinking putting like background music on so it's not just quiet, but I forget what tracks I have that's allowed to be on YouTube. Actually, you know what? Speak of the devil. I think... Hold on. Maybe I do remember... What is... I think it's this one. Let me see. Is that the background track that we use? I'm using the actual stream audio pulled up on my phone of the actual YouTube stream to test the music audio, make sure it's not too loud. I think that's good audio-wise. So yeah, a little background music there as we go through this draft. I don't like silence, especially when I'm like thinking and I'm not actively talking. I hate it. It makes you think that my stream is froze essentially. But now we have music, so there's like tracks you can and can't play on streams, and it depends on what you're streaming as well. I also have I have 3 drafts today. So I have the 2 PlayerProps.ai league drafts, and then I think tonight I have another draft, which is me and a bunch of guys I went to college with. I think it's like the 15th year, something crazy of that league. So I have that one, I think, at 8:30 p.m. We did a free giveaway for the $500,000 to first place league. All you had to do was comment on the video, and you got thrown into a randomizer. We gave away 2 $300 tickets to a $500,000 first place league. Joey and I think it was Who Day Matt in Discord. I think they both won it. I think I know what I want to do with the next pick because it's somebody I was already looking at for the previous one. So if he does fall to me, I know who I'm taking. But I have to wait 6 more picks to see if they get picked or not. AJ's auto. Let me send AJ a DM. He's been auto drafting this entire time. I think the player I'm still looking for is currently available. Nope. Looks like Kramer just took my guy I was looking at. I was trying to see if Brees Hall would come to me because he would be a nice third and flex option, but Kramer, you dirty man. Somebody's saying the league isn't showing up in the fantasy yet. I'm looking at, I just saw a message. Oh, I'm up next. Let's see here. Well, we're definitely not going Jalen Waddle because doing 3 Miami players is a death sentence. To note, so I haven't picked this guy in any league. But if you assume that the Carolina Panthers are going to be trailing at some point in every game they play, I feel like the passing for a somewhat improved Carolina offense will let this rookie here, McMillan, this is questionable. Let me make sure he's not out for anything. Receiver that I would want besides him. No, I'm gonna go with him. I think he's gonna get peppered a lot because Xavier is on the outside. Coker's out, I think, for the first few games of the season, so he'll be the second best. He'll be the second receiver, but even when Coker comes back, I think he'll still be peppered a lot. So last year was the first year in my main fantasy league that I do with the guys I went to college with, Kramer. No, you're not sorry. That I drafted a rookie quarterback. It was Jaden Daniels, and he did very well. And this is the first year he's not. I guess I got Tyreek Hill first. So never mind. I was gonna say this is the first year I ever got a rookie receiver as my first receiver, but I forgot I got Tyreek Hill first. So I don't know if I've ever drafted a rookie receiver in my second pick though. Hurts just paired Devonta Smith with Jalen Hurts. That's a pretty decent stack there. get, man. I don't think Jacory's officially starting, is he? I don't think they're not gonna have Austin Eckler start. So I think Jacory is gonna be the starting running back for Washington. And I think Tyrone Tracy is gonna lose reps to Cam Scatabo once he gets in. David Montgomery. I want a third running back, but this is why I draft 2 running backs in the first 2 rounds, because it gets weak really, really quickly. Yeah, I don't love this pick, but I'm going to do it. So I'll probably not be starting David Montgomery. He's only going to start in week 7 and week 12 to fill in. Unless, of course, something happens to, what's his face? Gibbs. Kramer's actually sorry. I was surprised to see Smith Mirror, as same as you don't like to go heavy on the same NFL team, but that pairing, the same pairing a quarterback with somebody who catches the passes of the quarterback is not the same as getting a running back and receiver, because you actually want to go after those stacks paired with a quarterback, because both players can get points on the same play. So that's why I don't like doing 2 receivers on the same team, a receiver tight end, a receiver running back, because it's impossible to have both of them get points in the same play. So once one of them gets a pass or a rush, the other person doesn't get points on that play. And that's why I don't like having multiple players, multiple skill positions on the same team, because I want to make sure that there's always a chance that they can get points on every single play. So that's why I almost never, like 99% of the time, I never go running back receiver or receiver tight end or receiver receiver. But Tyreek Hill falling to me in that round at that pick, as long as Tua is healthy, man. The first year they were paired together and Tua was healthy, he led the entire league in receiving yards. I think Tua led the entire league in passing yards. As long as he's healthy, he's Gucci. So, as you see the roster on the left, we have all of our skill positions selected. We are still needing a kicker, defense, and quarterback. I have a pretty decent idea of who I want to get at quarterback. There's actually 3 options that I'm interested at quarterback. So, we'll see which one comes to me at the right spot. But yeah, like running back is so hard. It's always been hard in fantasy football, but it's even harder in like the last 5 to 10 years. Like I got 2 studs in the first 2 rounds, which is the main focus. But then I started focusing on tight ends and receivers, and the 3rd best running back. Granted, he does get a lot of goal line carries. So when I start him in week 7, week 12, and my guys' bye weeks, like as long as he gets like a few catches or 50 yards rushing and a touchdown, then he'll do the bare minimum what I need him to do. Hertz in chat said he's not actually sorry. And Kramer goes, yeah, that's true. I'm just trying to be polite. But yeah, like there's nobody. I should have went for a third. Most of my leagues I've done, I went for a 3rd running back within the very first few picks after getting back-to-back running backs. But I try to do a little differently in this draft for whatever reason, and that stuck me with Demont. But Demont was the best option. He's gonna get the most. Touches out of everybody. It says Tyrone Tracy is projected to get 218 rush attempts, but I don't think that's true. I think that Scatabo is going to get a lot. Like it's going to be 50-50. And 218 rushing attempts doesn't sound like 50-50. And also, I mean, he is a pass catching running back. Somewhat 39 receptions projected. But nah. Nah. Okay, so I have 3 ideas of what I want for quarterback. I'm trying to figure out what we need. More receivers. That's what we need. We have 3 running backs. We need more receivers. We can punt for a bench tight end at the end of the draft. I wonder if AJ, who's auto drafting. Oh, that's right. I was gonna send him a DM. Where is? Maybe he's just not available, or maybe he set up his ranking. Is in the draft. What? So AJ just DMing me and says he is in the draft. Oh, I think he just says he's offline because he says he's definitely drafting. Okay, so he's not auto drafting. Somebody already draft my UCF running back. Yeah, it looks like, oh, AJ got him. RJ Harvey. I really hope he has an amazing season/career. But they also have J.K. Dobbins, and if he's healthy, this is why I focus on running backs so early. If you focus on other things and everyone else focuses on running backs, you're going to have horrible running backs. I focused on running backs in the first 2, and I'm still upset by my 3rd running back of D-Mont. I felt like I could have got a better running back than him. I think I know what I want to do with my next 2 picks, and it's going to be kind of crazy, but you got to get crazy to win stuff. What if I win both of these leagues? Wouldn't that be crazy? If I win both of the leagues, and then I send myself my own, like a championship belt that I create. To be fair, I first got into the fantasy sports and sports betting space because of how much I crushed the fantasy leagues I was in. I mean, I'm going for blood. If you're not first, you're last. I always say that. If you're not first, you're last. Being second place means nothing in fantasy football. It's actually the worst. It's the worst thing that can possibly happen. You get all the way to the championship game and you lose. I compete in the biggest fantasy football league in the fantasy sports and sports betting industry for like the industry peeps. I made it to the championship game of the biggest tier of the biggest league. So it's just down to me and one of my friends in the industry this last season, and I lost. He like destroyed me in the championship game, and that's like the worst feeling. So when you win a league, you get like, so I don't know, let me see if I can switch the screen here. I know you can't see. Let me hold it next to my face so it's like zoomed in. So here, these are rings that you get, like actual gold rings you can wear. I mean, not actual gold, but you know what I mean. You get this swag. Oh man, there's so much going on wrong with the screen right now. And so I have a few of those, but I've already won a 3rd ring. So I've already run a third ring this year because I won the biggest fantasy golf tournament in the country for the industry. I destroyed in the championship game round of that. So I'm getting another gold ring, getting a trophy, and I collect these rings at the industry events. So the next industry event where I'm going to be getting my PGA ring and any other ring I win from now till then is in February, in like mid-February in Vegas. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I love competing against like the elite people of the industry, because if you can beat the best of the best, then it's one of the best feelings to have. Okay, so let me see. Did anybody saw that one more person told me? Okay, so I know what my next pick's gonna be, and then it depends on what's available to me once it comes back around. Come on, Craig. Hurry it up. 90 seconds per pick feels like a long wait. I don't know if I can change that in the middle of the draft, though. Yeah, maybe I can change it for... You just time out. Yeah, Rashid Rice. That good old 4 or 6 game suspension. Okay, so... It's bye week's 12. I think the only 2 running backs I consider here would be Corey. They traded away Brian Robinson Jr., so I can only assume, and I don't think Austin Eckler, he's only projected 100 carries, and he's projected 181. I can only assume he's going to get the lion's share of first and second down touches, which is why they traded away Brian Robinson. I picked him up off free agency in a keeper league before any of that was done. Yeah, so I know his bye week is the same as Devon, but we already have DeMont and Henry to play week 12, and I just want to get him for injury safety. So if any, I actually probably, I like him a little bit more than DeMont, because DeMont's not getting first down, second down carries as much as Gibbs is. Okay, I know who I'm getting with my next pick. I don't think anybody in front of me is going to pick him. If they do, I'm going to beat you up. Interesting pick, Mr. Hertz. And yeah, you're probably looking at my roster like, hey, you're really weak at receiver. You only have 2 starters and you have nobody else, but there's a plan. As long as you come in with a plan and it doesn't fall apart. The thing you have to pay attention to is that normally there's only 1 running back on the field at a time. And normally there's like 3 receivers on the field. 2 outside, one's like a slot guy. So there's a lot more receivers than there are running backs, which is why I like to focus on running backs. We currently have 4 running backs. You can see I'm not adding anybody into my queue because I'm streaming and I don't want you guys to stop me. Took 7 rounds, you finally sniped a player from me. Take that. There's 3 rookie receivers in the top 4 of currently available. Golden, Emeka, and Travis. But this is the plan I had all the way back in the 3rd round, I think. So my plan that I had 5 rounds ago is falling into place because I know Hurts is not going to pick him because Hurts already has his QB. So once Hurts picks, I know that I'm going to be going with Mr. Actually, just in case Hurts wants to be silly and draft 2 quarterbacks, I'm not going to tell him which quarterback I'm getting here. Yeah, he didn't pick it. He got Austin Eckler. So I'm going Brock Purdy. I told you. I've been saying it the entire 8 rounds. The 49ers are going to have a great offensive season. We didn't get CMC. I don't think he wasn't even available by the time it got to us. But pairing him with Kittle, that is my San Fran stack. Locked it in. I didn't want anybody else to pick him, so I had to get him there. It all depends on like the site you're using, because ESPN has him ranked higher than the other sites that I draft on, like RT Sports. But just in case somebody wanted to get a little froggy, I had to make sure they didn't get him. So I have a good 49er stack. Super Bowl is going to be 49ers versus Dolphins, so I had to get the 49er stack. May have changed my pick if you let it slip who you're going to take. You wouldn't have drafted the second quarterback that high, but I didn't say it just in case you wanted to get silly. So Purdy's just going to pepper Kittle all game, every game. Kittle's going to average 5 touchdowns a game. We're going to go to the championship game. We're going to win $1,000, $2,000 if I win both of these leagues. Out for blood. If you're not first, you're last. So it doesn't really I'm not going to see oh, this is who I want next, because there's 15 picks before me. Once it gets to 5 picks, then I'll be like, all right, who's available? What should we do? We have 4 running backs. We have 2 receivers. So we're probably going to be looking to the receiver side of things. Unless there's a other player that we already drafted a position for that we just definitely want to lock in. Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to do work and draft at the same time. Silly me. Silly me. We got so there's a few, so if you have been with us for at least a few weeks, or maybe a month, then you already know that we pump out new things and new features. We're constantly, there's 4 or 5 devs now I have on the team, and we're just constantly updating things and adding new features. Constantly. There's some sexy things that we're working on right now that, NFL is literally this week. We are 4 days away from NFL kickoff. There's already a video out there for NFL kickoff stuff. What do I want to look at? So we have a Survivor video out. We got a Thursday night football season kickoff video. They're doing the Friday game in Sao Paulo, so we did a video for that. I think after, what's today, Sunday? I don't think I have time to do a video. Maybe I do, but definitely tomorrow, Monday, which is Labor Day. I think tomorrow I'll do an episode for Sunday's games. So I have Thursday game video, I have Friday game video, I have the Survivor Week 1 video. Tomorrow I'll do a Sunday video. Tuesday I'll probably do a Sunday night football specific video. Wednesday, I'll do a Monday night specific video. So before the first game of the NFL season begins on Thursday, I will have Thursday night football, Friday night football, Week 1 Survivor, main Sunday game slate, the 1 p.m. and the 4 p.m. game video, Sunday night football video, and Monday night football video. 5 pieces of content before the first game starts. And then moving forward with Week 2, how Week 2 works, moving forward, it's we don't have content on Mondays, video wise. Sundays are the live streams at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and what we did last year was $1 in a dream. This year it's two. Well, I don't know what we're gonna call it, the Hail Mary Miracle maybe, because we're gonna be doing the Wanna Parlay $2 and a $5,000 contest. That's gonna be our Sunday live stream, 2 hours before kickoff. So it's gonna be a Sunday show. Monday we don't do shows. Tuesday is a Thursday night football show. Wednesday is I think Wednesday we do a Survivor show. On Thursday we do a Sunday show. On Friday we do a Monday show. So that's how the content works. So we're gonna have, so it's gonna be Sunday live stream, Monday no video. I mean, unless we might do some other video, but right now, Sunday live stream, Monday no show, Tuesdays for Thursday night football, Wednesday's the Survivor, Thursday is for Sunday football, and then Friday is for Monday night football. And then Saturdays are me attending the UCF home games or just watching the away games on TV. UCF was so bad on Thursday, so I went to the game because I've had season tickets for decades. And like right as soon as they killed our quarterback and took him out of the game with a very dirty sack, we had crazy lightning, and we were like standing around underneath the bleachers for like an hour. I'm like, listen, like we've been in scenarios, because Florida's crazy with weather, where it could be like 3 hours before the game resumes. And so I'm just gonna head back because it's gonna take forever. And so I just head back home, and I pulled the rest of the game up on TV. But it was so dirty. We were 20.5 favorites, and it was tied with like 3 minutes left, or a minute and a half left in the game. And our stud, most of our offense is transfers, and our stud offensive receiver guy, and our second string quarterback technically, our transfer from Indiana, had a nice little deep connection and got us the dub. But there's a lot of rust we got to shake off. Luckily, the next game we're versing is North Carolina A&T. It's a home game on Saturday, so I'm going to be going to that one. If you guys, something else I want to state, I don't know how many of you guys are in Central Florida or are willing to drive to Central Florida. If you guys ever want to go to a UCF home game, I'm always down to bring new people in to the experience. I don't know if I'm going to any UCF away games. I hope we make a bowl game. I've been going to the bowl games. I missed like the first few while we were going to bowl games while I was in school, because I had like $0 to my name. But pretty much, I think if the bowl games are in Florida, then I'm definitely going. But I think ever since Blake Bortles humiliated Baylor in the Fiesta Bowl, our first BCS bowl win, I think I've been going to every single bowl game since. And maybe I've only missed like 2, and that's like a 15-year time span. I just really hope so bad we can make it to a bowl game. We brought in the same head coach that we had when we had the 2017 national championship season. But the problem is with college, like when you get a new coach, the coach is inheriting another coach's team. So Scott Frost we brought back for UCF, but the team is very little his fingerprints. Like his fingers weren't on this roster. Bryce, are you really taking this clock all the way down to 0? I will fight you. Turn on auto pick. If you're not available, tap on auto pick. It's up here in the top left. Tap on this if you're not going to be available. Don't take down the gosh dang 90-second clock. Okay, so now we're 2 picks away. I'm looking to see who's available. I'm getting some ideas. There are 3 Jacksonville running backs that are higher than Chubb and Ford. Like the 3rd string Jacksonville running back Yeah. Okay, so we got Scatterbo. So I was looking at Matthew Golden here. We can't. If I didn't have Kittle and I already had Purdy, I would go Jennings here. But again, I don't want to have too many people of the same roster because then they're just stealing from each other. But I really like Golden. I'm glad that he came here and fell to me. So I'm going to have 2 rookie receivers. I'm going to have McMillan and Golden because there's nobody else here that's... I don't need a quarterback. None of these running backs I have to have. I have 4 running backs. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Golden here. 2 rookie receivers. I didn't realize there's this many bench spots. Maybe we'll make it harder next year and we'll like reduce the amount of bench spots. We'll only get like 4. So you can't just stash people. Oh man. Alright, we're up in 3 more picks. A second tight end. We only need a tight end that doesn't have a bye week at 14 just for a fill-in for Kittle. Alright, Jennings just got picked by Edgar. Hurts is back on the clock. Rashid Shaheed. I mean, the Saints are going to be passing a lot, but they don't have a quarterback to give them the ball. Spencer Rattler, I believe they're starting. Okay, so we're not going to get... We already have McMillan, so we're not going to get Xavier. We already have Golden, so we're not going to get Reed. Is Chris Godwin out for... He passed a physical on Tuesday, activated, suffered a season-ending dislocated left ankle. Now that he's been cleared out to practice, the veteran wideout can return to action as soon as week 1, although October return still seems likely. Okay, so he's not going to be playing for the first few weeks, which is probably why he's all the way down here. But Chris Godwin, getting him in the 10th round has never happened in Chris Godwin's career. Because we already have 3 receivers, we can literally stash him. I think he's got the best quarterback out of any of the receivers that are here. Sorry it took me so long, I was debating. Plenty of defenses for you to choose from. Go ahead and start that run. Oh my gosh, I love... So when I'm drafting in like the major leagues of like the big industry stuff, me and like... typically Ben, who does content for us because he works for another company, mainly, we're both, quite often we're both in the same like industry top tier leagues. We'll like be texting each other back and forth like, hey, let's start a run of like quarterbacks or whatever, and it starts making everybody freak out like, oh crap, I gotta go get this. But yeah, making people freak out is always a fun strategy. This team is stacked. My team is stacked so far. The only thing that I probably would like a little bit more is if I would like to love my 3rd running back a little bit more. But, let me see here. What we got at the bottom? We still got freaking 18 picks. I'm not even know. I'm looking at this right now. Oh, there goes Jerome Ford. I was waiting for him to get off the board. Gonna get a lot of action those first few weeks. calculate to change from 90 seconds in the second league to 60. Let me see if I can do that. Because, yeah, this is taking a little longer than I wanted it to take. Let me see if I can adjust that for the second league. Draft settings. 60 seconds. Boom. I thought this was already set at 60 seconds. What's the lowest amount of time you can choose? 15 seconds? Can you imagine how fast that draft will go? 15 seconds. That's super sweaty. That draft will be done in less than half of an hour. Wow. That's crazy. 15 second per pick. You gotta be on your toes. You gotta be on your toes. So I think I know. Who my next two players are for my pick 130 and pick 135. I think I know who they are. We'll just not talk about it to make sure they don't try to slam me. Get 2 college football games today. I think the first one's at 3 p.m. The last Sunday without football. Sorry, it's not the last Sunday without football because we have football today. Last Sunday without NFL for, what, 5 months? 4? 5-ish, depending on playoffs. 5, 6.5, 6, 5.5, something like that. Okay. I think I know who my next two people are. 8 picks left to get one of them. I think I might put Golden in flex for week 1. Not Demont. I don't know. I feel like the projections and everything. A lot of people ask if we can use PlayerProps.ai for fantasy. You can. It's easy. Like if you're doing NBA fantasy, just look at points, assist, rebounds. That'll give you a good idea. If you're looking for like receivers to start in fantasy, look at their reception projection and their receiving yard projection. And if you have 2 receivers you're just debating between, which of those 2 receivers have higher projections for like receiving yards or receptions? I mean, we could probably build a tool specifically for fantasy using our projections, but that's probably, I mean, that's something we can look at for like next year. Did Hammer Time really choose a kicker in round 11? All right. Don't hate it. That's your kicker. Kicker Dicker. Dicker the kicker. But yeah, AJ shows like grayed out up here, but he's saying that he's been drafting. So I just don't know why his logo's grayed out there. So the 2 people that I were planning to get are still available with 4 picks left. Oh, here's the draft board. This is what I was looking for. Forgot that it was here. Not gonna talk about my pick because I don't want somebody to snipe it. I was gonna click on them and read some stuff on them, but I don't want to click on anybody because I want you guys to steal what I'm planning on doing. Minos, come on. Come on. I got a lot of work I gotta do. So we're already on, so this should wrap up maybe before 1:30, 20 more minutes. Maybe not. Started at 12, right? So we're already like an hour into it. So maybe, hopefully definitely before 2. One more pick. Come on, Greg. Craig. Oh, Craig. Come on, bruh. Let me pull this down so you guys can like see the name of the draft. Window. There. He got Penix as a secondary quarterback, which means my guy that I was looking at is also available. My secondary quarterback, because we have Hill and Devon. We now have the best quarterback in the league, when healthy, as secondary. I do think the Dolphins, I said it like 5 rounds ago. The Super Bowl is going to be Dolphins and 49ers. And I have both of those high potency offenses on my team now. Alright, I already know who my next guy's going to be. But again, I'm not going to mention him, not going to click around on things, because I don't want anybody else to take him. We'll see if he's available in 4 picks. Get like one more tight end. Xavier's gone. Should really not drink before these drafts, saying crazy things like the Dolphins Super Bowl appearance. They would have made a Super Bowl run the last 2 seasons, pretty much since getting Tyreek Hill, if Tua was healthy every single game. If Tua didn't have all these concussions and all this chaos, they would definitely have a Super Bowl run. But when you lose a quarterback and you lose a lot of games and you lose home field advantage in the playoffs, you can't do anything about that. the main problem we have is health. If we're healthy, we're making a playoff run. But also the problem is that we're already almost not healthy because of how many injuries we have in our secondary. Like, we've already lost people for the season. All right, so my guy I was looking at here is Joe Mixon, starter for the Texans, all the way down here because he's going to be out until beginning of October. Missed 4 games. But he's definitely somebody I can stash until October, and he's a starting running back in the 12th round. So now I'm good on running backs. So Godwin might miss a few games, Mixon might miss a few games, but we don't need them to start week 1, so it's fine. So we have 2 more bench spots and defensive kicker here. I want to go with any more running backs. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running backs. We have 4 receivers. Maybe another tight end, another receiver on the bench. Depends on who's available. It all depends. Jenny Reed finally off the board. He fell quite a bit. And then another quarterback or another Green Bay player. Jordan Love. Let's see here. So yeah, as soon as this is over, I'll stop the draft, or I'll stop the stream, and then I got a lot of work I gotta do, a lot of ads I gotta put out, and then get ready for the 3 p.m. draft, which is an hour and 44 minutes away. League 2 of the PlayerProps.ai community leagues. Picks away. Let me see how ESPN is ranking kickers and defensive players. Nobody wants to get Basil? Is that its name really Basil? And they just wanted to spell it all kinds of crazy. Basil Tootin? What? I honestly don't think I've heard this name before this draft. And the fact that he's all the way up here when he's the third Jacksonville running back, they're going to have a committee of 3 running backs. Good old Basil Tootin. Oh, man. So we're on wrapping up round 12 now. We're in 13 out of 16, so there's just a few more rounds to go. Depending on how quickly everybody's drafting people, we may be able to get this done by 1:30, which gives me 90 minutes to work on stuff prior to the 3 p.m. league, which I don't think that I'm going to stream the 3 p.m. league because of how little work I'm getting done while being live right now. Anybody wants to draft Basil Tootin? Oh, I know what I wanted to check. So yeah, I'm not using any cheat sheets whatsoever for this. I'm just drafting based on all my drafts I've done so far. I'm so ready for this week. I've been waiting since Super Bowl Sunday, since the Super Bowl ended. I've been waiting for this week. Not saying that I don't like basketball or baseball. But football's king for a reason. I'm pumped. PlayerProps.ai is going to explode this year. I mean, it did pretty well last year, but we're gonna 5x. You're gonna see an insane amount of people join the Discord and upgrade their account. Got a lot of cards up my sleeve for this NFL season. Basil Tootin's still sitting there at the top. I'm hoping that one of these people on auto pick get Basil Tootin. Turbo Chop, get him. Basil Tootin. I can only assume that's how you say his name. I've never seen that name before, but just looking at it, it just looks like it's Basil. Like Bhayays is Bays, and then Hul is Hull, Basil. It's crazy. Turbo. Come on. Oh, and if you didn't see, I re-recorded all of the how to use predictor tool videos since we added so many like new features and stuff, including the favorite list. So I re-recorded all that. So there's a new how to use the prop predictor, how to use the money line predictor, how to use the spread predictor, how to use the total predictor. Updated all of them. 3 more picks. 3 more picks. So we're not going to be done by 1:30. Oh, Turbo Chop's officially on auto pick. Okay. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? There's 3 players I'm targeting with this next pick. Okay. Let's see here. So, I like targeting receivers on teams that will be losing often. I'm gonna go with Tillman here. He's going to be on the field. He's a second receiver, so he's going to be on the field often. Judy's kind of like the deep threat, and then Cedric is the, I mean, I guess they both technically deep threats. I think Tillman's pretty good when he's healthy. All right, so now there's 3 picks left. Defense, kicker, and maybe like maybe we go with like a tight end here, or a defense or kicker for this next pick. I think we want to go with, what do we want to do here? I think what I want to do is probably get a kicker here. So a kicker that I like getting, when I draft kickers, their home stadium / arena has to be indoors, which Detroit is. They have to be on a high potency offense, Detroit is. And I think they also verse, I mean, don't the Falcons, like, I believe the Falcons and the Saints stadiums don't allow for like wind, like how they're built. So I feel like Jake Bates is like the default because he has the best kicking environment where he doesn't have to deal with wind too often or weather in general. So I think that's what I'm gonna do here. We don't have it. We have Demont, but And I don't like picking a kicker with something else that we have, but I think because he has the best kicking environment of a lack of weather, is that he's the de facto kicker that we go with. So then we have 2 more picks, back to back at the end of the rounds here. We need a defense and then maybe like another tight end. I have an idea what I want to do for tight end. It just whatever's available, but we have a while. And then we're gonna wrap up the stream, get to work on week 1, on more week 1 stuff, and then we will not be streaming the 3 p.m. draft because there's a lot of stuff that I have to do, and I have not been able to work on it at all because I've been streaming this one. Apologies to my League 2 participants, but I can't. There's a lot of stuff I gotta do. And I also I don't want you stealing my ideas. I don't want to accidentally say something out loud and just try to snipe me. What defense do we want to rock with? Didn't the Texans just lose like one of their starting cornerbacks for the season? I think they were top like most of the offseason and drafts, but I think they just lost like one of the DBs. So I don't think we're going to touch the Texans. Lions defense off, Ravens defense off. Oh, don't the Vikings also play in a dump, so that's also, right? Wait, Detroit. Why was I saying Atlanta and the Saints? Detroit's not even in that conference, or that division. I don't know why I was saying that. No, they have, they get to play the Vikings. The only weather concern is Green Bay at Green Bay. Yeah, Bates has the best. Yeah, I had him in the wrong division when I was talking about the Falcons and the Saints. He's not in the NFC South. Who do we want to go with here? I have an idea. They should be available when it comes to me, but I have a pretty good idea. They make it to me in 7 picks here. Playing around with YouTube chat. It's like, hey, set a goal. So I set a goal. We need to get to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, man. That's my goal. 100K subscribers on YouTube is my ultimate social media goal. Defense is still available as of right now. And we got 2 more picks left. And I'll explain why I'm picking this defense as well. But we have to wait 2 more picks before us to talk about that. Still available, Craig. As long as Craig doesn't take... Does Craig already have a defense? Yeah, he's already got the Steelers defense, so I'm not worried about Craig taking him. So, because Craig already has a defense, and I don't see him drafting 2 defenses, what we're looking here is we're looking for a defense who's in a division that absolutely sucks. So, because they get to verse their division opponents twice a season. So, pop quiz, which defense is in the suckiest offensive division? And the answer, ladies and gentlemen, is 47 seconds away. You have to factor in who's the worst team in the NFL right now. Pop quiz, worst team in the NFL. Who you got? The correct answer is the Saints. And even though Carolina Panthers have decently improved their offense, Bryce Young has not proved himself to be an amazing quarterback. So let's just write off Carolina Panthers as another potentially sucky team. There's a team that gets to verse the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Saints twice in a season. That is 6 games. That is almost a guaranteed win for the Buccaneers. 6 games where not only it's almost a guaranteed win, but the offenses are essentially putrid to where Buccaneers can take advantage of that. The Buccaneers also play in Florida, and the best thing about Florida is when you play in September and maybe even early October, it's very hot, and the advantages are that teams that aren't used to playing in the heat tend to suck. So we're going to go with the Buccaneers based on the fact that they have the easiest division in the NFL. Now, for our last pick, I mentioned that we're going to get a backup tight end. Actually, let's see who all is available. Basil Tootin. I swear, if this guy becomes the starter, whether it's injury or performance, if this guy becomes the starter of the Jacksonville Jaguars, we're going to clip the crap out of me saying his name a million times on this stream. But we do need a backup tight end. And then if you remember the $500,000 draft that we were doing, I mentioned that I specifically targeted people who had the easiest postseason matchup, and there's a specific tight end that was always popping up in the postseason matchup, and that was Jonnu Smith. But I want to make sure there's nothing else here we want to do. Maybe, okay. I don't think we have to get a tight end. We'll just pick up a streaming tight end for week 14, but I don't want Devon to get hurt and be stuck with like Henry and like Krosky. So I feel like Ollie Gordon for safety of my first round pick, my handcuff. Yeah, I want the handcuff there. We don't even need to get a bench tight end. We'll get a tight end and streaming and the stuff for that. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for those that tuned in the whole time, congrats on staying tuned. Hour and 38 minutes, hour and 40 minutes, not too long, but I don't think we're doing the 3 p.m. stream. We're doing the draft, not the 3 p.m. stream. I just got to get some stuff done. So yeah, good stuff, everybody. Good luck to everybody playing this league. Everybody's competing for second place. So good luck on getting second place, because I'm definitely going to destroy this league with this roster. I can't believe you guys let me put this together. Shame on you. I'm just going to say it right now. I'm going to go undefeated. I'm not losing. If I do lose one, it's probably going to be week 12. I think. Maybe week 12. I don't know. Maybe we won't lose any. But yeah, we'll see you guys when we see you guys. Everybody's just drafting kickers now in the last parts. But yeah, we'll see you in the Discord. Good luck with your college football, MLB, and WNBA stuff today. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys.